And it was just like a stack of money sitting there, but it was really hops.
Cocaine would have been cheap.
Yeah. Hello, world. Welcome to another episode of Morning Brews. We thought it'd be fun to film in the brewery today. Scott's making our next beer. What beer is he making?
Side Hill Rosé.
Rosé. What's that?
Rosé. So we're kind of modeling it after, the wine, the rosé style of wine. So it's going to have a nice pink color to it, and we'll add some wine grapes into the fermentation, so it'll give it a nice wine-like character.
Cool. Well, if you haven't watched one of these before, what we try to do is kind of bring you up to speed on what we're doing in the brewery, what's happening with the new beers coming out, and kind of just general happenings with Big Grove. So just a little introduction. I'm Matt. I'm one of the co-founders of the company here, and I get the privilege of hanging out with these guys. Today we got an unlikely member of Morning Brews, Dave Moore. First Morning Brews for Dave. Dave, what do you do here, man?
Director of Operations for Big Grove Brewery.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you with us, and I know you like the camera, so.
I love that.
Yeah.
Look right at it, Dave.
Stare right at it.
Make eye contact.
And of course, our head brewer and beer man extraordinaire, Andy Joint.
Hey, guys.
He makes all the beers. He makes it so delicious. So, so we want to walk through a few things that are going on, some new things that are coming out, talk about a couple programs that we got going on, and I guess we'll just fire it up. So, the first thing we want to talk about is Luckiest Man. It's our new pale ale that came out. It's actually gone in-house, but still available with our customers. But it's a really cool program. It's part of the Ales for ALS program, and what that does is it raises money for Lou Gehrig's disease. Every dollar from every pint at all of our participating locations is going to that research. And it's been a really special program. I think this is our 4th year doing it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, our 4th year doing it. So if you see a Luckiest Man tap handle out there, go ahead and jump on that and realize that you're also supporting ALS research, which is really important. And it's a nationwide program. I think we're the only brewery in Iowa that does it.
I think so, yeah. But there's a lot of breweries across the country doing it. And yeah, it's a fun little program. The hop farmers are behind it. They work every year to put together a new hop blend, and they donate it to the cause to kind of spur the movement. So it's a really fun program to be a part of.
Yeah, and actually our malt provider kicked in this year too, didn't they?
Cargill helped out as well. So it's cool to have everybody in the supply chain kind of get together to put this to raise funds for ALS.
Yeah, so that was just a quick hitter. Just wanted to kind of bring that onto your radar. We have an audience back here you can't see, and they're just they're thinking it's really funny to watch us through the windows.
Yeah, it's great.
But
it's great.
The first beer we're going to talk about today, and actually we're going to pop one, is Turtle Hunter. So I'd like to think it's no coincidence that we released Turtle Hunter on Friday before the Maryland game where we're playing the Terrapins, and we just go in and tramp them 23-0. I'm just going to call it. I mean, Turtle Hunter came out, we went hunting, and we got some turtles. So way to go, Hawks. That was awesome. And I think, God, the team's just blown up. But from a beer standpoint, this is the second time we've made this beer.
Third time now, yeah.
Third time?
Yeah.
Second time in cans.
Yep, second time we've canned it off.
Yeah, so we release 4-packs brewery only, so you can get them in Solon and you can get them in Iowa City. I think there's just a little bit of stock left at both locations, but we do have it on draft at a lot of other places around town and at the brewery. So I kind of wanted Andy to bring up to speed on what the beer is, what we're trying to do with it, and why it's so cool, why it's so great.
Yeah, so the Turtle Hunter is, it's in our hazy series. It's something where we're really embracing the yeast as an ingredient and leaning hard on those hops as well. So the Turtle Hunter has a little bit of caramel malt. If you're familiar with Eddie or some of our other hazies, this guy does have a little bit of caramel malt, so you see a little bit of orange kind of hue to that. But then we just hop the heck out of it. It's one of our most heavily hopped beers. We went really heavy with we use a hop called Equinaut in this beer that I'm a really big fan of, and then we use some Mosaic as well. But when you put your nose in the glass, there's just a ton. I mean, I love it. It's I get a lot of melon, get some apricot, just some nice fruit in there.
And it drinks
so good.
Yeah, go for it, Dave.
No,
I say it drinks smooth. I think that's one really nice thing about it. It drinks smooth. We're coming in at 7.4, I believe.
Right at 7.4. Yep.
7.4%. So kind of verging on that double range, but it is delicious and it makes for a nice drinker. But the melon quality is insane. I think well worth the taste and the try. This is probably one of our most coveted beers we're making right now. We only release it in house because from the cans, because we just can't make enough to get it to all the distribution points. But we're excited about it. Dave drinks this beer regularly.
Yeah, it's good, man. Front to back, it's really good. Easy to drink and it smells great. It smells awesome.
Nice light finish. I feel like kind of cleans up pretty well and brings you right back for the next sip.
Yep.
Yeah. It's also one of those beers where if you let it sit for just a minute, it kind of changes. And I think the more it sits, the more it warms up, the more it releases all these new aromatics, and it just becomes even more dynamic. But I'm really excited about this beer, and like I said, we sold like 75% of it on or before the Maryland game, so hopefully that brought us some good juju. But we're excited for this one. A little bit left in house, like I said, and then kind of moving forward, we have a new beer coming out. I think tomorrow or today. When's the new one? The Russian Imperial Stout.
We're just getting it finished up right now, so it's we're carving it up to final level, and we'll get it kegged off today, and then it'll be ready to go. So I don't know, we haven't quite solidified the tapping date, but probably this weekend sometime. So
Cool.
It's the season.
We brought with us.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of Russian Imperial. I just pulled a little bit off. It's not quite done, so I didn't donate too much to the cause today, but Dave can pour us a little sample. Yeah. I mean, as you're moving through fall into winter, it's time for big beers. So our Russian Imperial, big thick stout, it's coming in sneaking. I think it was right about 11%. Not a lot of carb in there yet. Like I said, we're bringing it to final carb, but you still get, this beer doesn't need a lot of carb. It's got a lot of character on its own. It's just chocolate, coffee, a little bit of roast.
This is thick.
Yeah.
Thick.
It's like cowboy coffee thick. It's good. Super good.
So this is a little higher proof than in the past. Is that correct?
Yeah, we kind of beefed it up a little bit. We were tweaking some of our processes in the brew house and just working to bring up that ABV and make it, honestly, just add a little more density to it, make it a little thicker. So we achieved that, and I'm excited for it. I think we're going to divide this a couple ways. So we'll have some just straight up Russian Imperial, and then we'll make a few kegs of espresso Russian Imperial, and then we'll probably take another portion of it and make something, add some vanilla, some cinnamon, something along those lines as well. So
Awesome. So is this is in some form the base beer of Richard the Whale? Is that correct?
it is, yeah.
Yeah. So Richard the Whale is our big once a year release barrel aged Russian Imperial Stout. We just actually sold, I guess. Well, you're gonna find out now. 90% of the tickets, online over with a was it October 10th? With those went on sale,
Yep.
and we sold out in 3 days. So we're sold out online for the tickets for Richard the Whale. It's on December 1st. But this is the beer that basically goes into those barrels and sits there for a year. It becomes Richard the Whale and the bourbon barrels. But it's a special note. People actually watch the morning brews. You're gonna get some inside information today. We're going to be releasing 25 more tickets to the Richard the Whale Day on December 1st, 8 a.m. Brewery only sale. So if you want to come in and grab a ticket to Richard the Whale Day, there's going to be 25 left. That's it. When they're gone, they're gone. And it's going to be a heck of a day. We're putting together all the details right now. It's one of my favorite days of the year. Right up there at the anniversary day in Solon, and we wanted to get people some access locally, so we capped it, I think, at $350, and then there's 25 more tickets going to be on sale here. So we're excited to release those, and if you want one, come get them. I think they're going to go pretty quick. So that's where we're at on that. This beer's great. Thank you.
Dude, it's phenomenal.
Yeah. I'm excited to have you guys try this one. It's awesome. What else are we going to talk about today?
I feel like there's a hazy in the room that hasn't been talked about, but
Oh, the one that's been sitting in the middle of the table
Yeah.
this whole time, and we haven't even discussed it?
I can't stop looking at it. So
This guy?
yeah.
This little fella?
What's that little guy? Don't worry about that little guy.
Oh, that little guy. I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
What
Don't
is
worry about,
that?
don't worry about that little guy.
Is this a sneak peek?
Sneak peek, yeah.
Are we teasing?
Yeah.
Teasing a little bit today. I like it.
Got a new hazy beer coming out here. We're gonna release it Saturday. Is that November 2nd?
Third.
November 3rd.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then so we just jumped into it. We grabbed some Galaxy hops. If you're familiar with those, they're from Australia. Just a very unique hop. A lot of citrus and juice character to it. They're hard to get your hands on. They trade for a premium, or they sell for a premium on the secondary market, and we kind of just went for it. We said we want to mess around with some Galaxy. Let's do it. So we bought some and hop the heck out of this beer.
Is that, do I say, the most expensive box we've ever had in the building?
Yes. Yeah.
So this is big, this box.
Yeah.
And it was just like a stack of money sitting there, but it was really hops.
Cocaine would have been cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. As thanks for being on Morning Brews, Dave. We're happy about that.
Making sure I won't be back, guys. Enjoy.
One of our assistant brewers, Matt Berkey, was hopping the beer, and it was it wasn't his first time, but he's a newer cellarman, and he's up there with this box of hops, and I'm like, are you sure about this? You better be ready to go. But he did a great job. So, I mean, we're not going to talk too much about this today. All I can tell you is that the people on the staff that geek out on these beers are going insanely crazy for this one. So, it's gonna be called Color TV, and we're gonna send out details probably the next 5 to 6 days. Let you guys know what's going on with it. But brewery only beer. We're gonna do 4-packs again, and this one's gonna blow your socks off. So that's about all we're gonna do with that one today. Excited for the Richard tickets. Excited for 2 new beers on draft. There's a lot more coming down the pipe too. So we're gonna do another update next week, probably midweek, and kind of talk about Color TV once it's been carved and ready to go, so that we can try some with you guys. We'll probably drink it for the first time on camera, so we can kind of walk through what we're experiencing with the beer and make it hopefully special for you guys, special for us. But appreciate everything everybody's doing for Big Grove. It's going great. Thanks, Dave, for being here. Excited to have
Thanks,
you.
Dave.
Got him out of the office.
Yeah, it's great.
Got any more to add, Dave?
No.
No? All right.
No.
Just real quick side note, I just want to make sure that I had a clothing decision today. I wore my fantasy football jacket because my fantasy team's in shambles, and I'm hoping that this helps it. But thanks for the support.
Meanwhile, he asked us to make sure we represented well,
Yeah.
which I felt like we did.
Classic.
And then he shows up.
Anyways, I thought it was good, but we'll see. Appreciate it, though. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
You bet. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Cheers to the Morning Brews.